Okay. Hello there, dear YouTubers. My name is King1993, and today I'll be talking about another of the character within this game. So the character within this game which I'll be talking about is a sniper character. Now, despite being a sniper character, he is actually a lot better than this one and even this one. Okay, so let's talk about this one, which is called Reiichi. He is from the uh, Caesar faction. Okay, so why am I saying that this is one of the best sniper character within the game? The reason behind this is majority of this sniper character within this game has only one shot per click. Okay, whereas this one also has one shot per click, but at least it is continuous, not reload every time. For example, if I were to set it here in the 50-meter zone, and then if I were to just shoot there, I can do that multiple time without even reloading. Now, obviously, you can do it even better if you were to use switch scope. Then what will happen is the target will basically become a lot closer. See? Now, obviously, in terms of this ADS and sprint, you will definitely need ADS because the thing is ADS basically gives you the ability to quickly snipe at the enemy. And what do I mean by that? If you were to zoom in and then shoot, there is a time delay of 1 second, and that 1 second basically gives half second if you were to use this ADS speed. Okay, and when it comes to the magazine capacity, I suggest that you select magazine capacity instead of reload, because unlike any of the other characters within this game, he actually other sniper characters within this game, he actually doesn't need continuous reloading. Okay, and last but not least is the headshot. So these are the recommended options when it basically comes to this character. Okay, so what are the other things that you basically need? Now, when it comes to sniper character, majority of the time I say that they are good for long range, except this one is basically good for long range and mid range. For example, if you are capable of shooting the enemy like that in mid range, then you can probably guess why this character is going to be very good for mid range and long range, because this character is capable of shooting continuously at the enemy, which is highly important in games like this. Now, the overall question remains is what are his capabilities? Let's talk about that. So his capabilities is basically to create a shield, and that not shield, basically a block of a curtain. Okay, and the curtain will basically makes the both the ally and the enemy not see each other's side. Okay, now the question remains is, other than that, what other things can it do, or what are the benefits of activating either these two? If you were to activate this duration, what will happen is he will be able to use this active skill for a longer period of time. So again, what does it do? It basically creates a block of shield, sorry, a block of curtain, and this curtain basically blocks the view from both the enemies and the allies. Now, you can either use this for 5 seconds more, or you can basically cause the cooldown of this effect by 10 seconds. So it will be activated every less time needed, and that is basically every 10 seconds less time. Okay, now what is Dawn Insight? Okay, this Dawn Insight is basically his detective skill and passive skill. Basically, whenever you aim somewhere, okay, and once the bar fills, it basically clears a zone, and within this zone you will be able to see where the enemies are, and that is basically his ability. You will be able to know where the enemies are. Now, this is extremely good if you are not capable of understanding what the enemy might be, and in games like this, knowing where the enemy's location are gonna be using this method is gonna be very good, which is why I highly suggest that when you uh, try to buy for anything, if this is available, buy this. Okay, now after all of this, the when it comes to selecting armor, select light armor regain, and obviously go with this one here. Headshot will be the best one instead of stingified, because stingified is when the enemy are gonna be facing you, only then it is useful, otherwise it isn't. So it is not that much useful, the stingified damage that is. So overall, the question remains is okay. uh, I can now understand his active skill. What is his ultimate? So when it comes to his ultimate, what he basically is do is I need to first select the ultimate, and during this period I need to select the active skill. By doing so, this active shield is gonna be not only blocking the enemy's bullet, rather I'll be able to also see the enemy, not due to this thing here, which is called uh, awaken. So this awaken 3 or A3 is the thing that causes this character to be able to see the enemy while the blindfold is basically given here. In this way, what will happen is you will not be get detected. Sorry, what will happen is you will know where the enemies are without the enemy knowing where you are. So that is basically how this Reiichi skill work. And when you use the ultimate, what it basically does is makes this curtain bulletproof. Okay, now I do not know about other weapon, but it basically turns bulletproof. That's basically how this character functions. Now I made a video about this a few days ago, but afterwards I realized that these are the other things that need to be discussed, which is why I thought, okay, I'll be remaking this video again. So I haven't uploaded that one, not gonna do that. I'm gonna upload this one. And as you can see here, every time you basically select something, you are gonna be activating certain skill. Now only this awaken skill 1 and sorry 2 and 3 are gonna be the one that you need to choose between which one you want to choose. Okay, for example, if you switches to here, this one will be activated. You can even do so in the game mode. Now what does each one of them do? Let's see. Sentry screen. Enemy cross the light screen are temporarily exposed. So any enemy that is basically near the blindfold, he produces blindfold curtain. You will be able to see the enemies where they are. Okay, this is point number 1, and this is gonna be point number 2, which is awaken skill 2. Enemies crossing the light screen loses 35 armor for 5 seconds. So the more you stay there, the more you will lose the armor. Okay, trigger once every 6 seconds. Now it will also have a cooldown of 6 seconds. So not only does it blocks the enemy's view, rather any of the enemies getting near there are gonna be getting exposed, and also they will lose a certain amount of armor. Now the chosen one, what does it do? As you probably already saw, that when I uses his ultimate with the active skill, the uh, transparent effect occurs where I'll be able to see the enemy. Okay, here it is. I'll be able to see the enemy, but the enemy will not be able to see me. But also at the same time, when I use the ultimate, the enemies will not be able to shoot me. So this by default is automatically gonna be available even if you were to not use your ultimate. Okay, so as you can see here by the color indicates how many are needed to activate this skill, and you will be able to do that. Okay, such as 3 blue color and 2 of these what should I call them, yellow color, are going to be activating this one. So that's basically how this character skill function works. Okay, now in terms of grenade, which would I select? Now obviously I will always select windstorm grenade. Okay, now other than that windstorm grenade, I would definitely select tattletale. Why is that? Let me show it to you. So basically tattletale will basically allow this character to see on the other side of the curtain, even if I were to deselect some of these. Okay, how once it gets triggered, you can definitely get an idea of whether the enemies are there or not. And even if you were to, let's say, detect the tattletale but cannot see the enemy, do not worry, because as you aim at that place, eventually his passive skill will automatically be able to help you see where the enemies are for a short period of time. Now obviously the question remains is, okay, which grenade is good for what mood. Okay, so when it comes to that critical topic of which one is for what type of mood, now I definitely say that go for the windstorm grenade because it is the most effective one. Let's assume that this is the bus, okay, and as you are trying to move the bus and the enemies are basically stopping you to move the bus, you can definitely send the enemies away using the windstorm grenade. A good example would be this, okay, and as a result you will be know where the enemies are, you will be able to shoot them, and that's basically how this character functions properly. Now overall, in terms of this character, overall damage output, this character falls into the high category. What do I mean by that? Allow me to explain. So anyone who had actually played Nobunaga knows how strong he is in terms of DPS. Similarly, in terms of DPS, this Reiichi character is also extremely strong. So you need to be uh, uh, if you need like high damage output, something like that, then obviously Reiichi is gonna be your number one decision, okay, in the cross member. And in the PUS member, Nobunaga is gonna be the best one. Now in terms of sniper character, despite this character being a sniper, because his attack is continuous, you do not need to worry about constant reloading, which is why I put this character in a higher tier list. Eventually I will make a video regarding tier list of which character is the most OP from my point of view. Obviously it is not going to be good one because the thing is, this character here called Ming is actually the most famous one for people who use her in the demolition match. Okay, so in the demolition ranking match, this is the character that majority of the people use, and they call it the most powerful one. But the main problem with this one which I have is you need to be extremely precise on how to use her weapon. Her weapon is very janky. Okay, so that's the thing. So if I were to make my tier list regarding that, I think her weapon jankiness is the main problem. And other than that, she's fine. But her weapon jankiness is such a huge problem that it gives me frustration, which is why I might put her in the average category. Anyway, that is not the main point. The main point of today is going to be this Reichi character. So in terms of his capability, you can definitely understand that he falls into the high ranking. But the overall question remains, okay, is what is his clothing materials? Let's talk about that. So this is the common one, and this is the alternate. Okay, all of these are alternate. You can definitely see that properly. Now this is the servant type. It is a bit different, and obviously uh, will have a different effect. Okay, bow tie effect. Okay, nice. Anyway, and when it comes to this one I do not know what is it called, electric vanguard. And obviously another thing you need to know that this one is basically available most of the time, and this one is available for a limited offer. So that is that. Now when it comes to the weapon, by default I like this weapon. Okay, by default I like this weapon because this weapon is a representation of the scissor member within this game, but that is not the point. The point is the aesthetic wise, the coloring has been done very properly within this gun. Okay, now normally, normally I say I hate the color of this gun, but the abstract color here is good. Okay, normally I do not like abstract color like geometry, because the thing is, it if it was fully done, then I would say it is good. Maybe up to this point it is done, which is why it looks a little bit better. Now this one is even better than this one. I would definitely select this, even though this is a Twitch Steam Twitch stream gamer girl vibe. Okay, this is the vibe that I'm seeing, but at least it is good, like not a bad one. Now this one is basically this one, except a little bit bland in color, like matte color. This looks like a glossy color, and this looks like a matte color, like a non-reflective one. Now this is a Raiden Shogun color. You can definitely see the Raiden Shogun from Genshin Impact from this one. Now what about this? This I would say that despite being an abstract color, I think this one is better than this one. like this is what this one looks like a proper coloring of the entire gun. Okay, now this is the futuristic model type. I think a railgun type of 5. A railgun is basically a gun that is made out of electromagnetism that causes the bullet to move extremely fast. This is what this looks like. And truth to be told, up to this point is fine. This huge barrel looks odd. Now this is a cyberpunk type of vibe. Like this weapon has a cyberpunk type of vibe. No one actually uses an umbrella in this way, but this is basically an umbrella w- with a gun inside it. That's basically what this looks like. Okay, now I would say that both of these epic weapon are not my favorite. Okay, if you had seen my previous videos, I would say that those weapons are my favorite, but not this one. This one, these both of these two looks a little bit odd. Anyway, so overall, this is the aesthetic of the character. So how would I rank this character? I would rank this character in terms of gameplay style and everything at a higher ranking. Okay, high rank, not mid rank or lower rank, high rank. Like this character is extremely powerful. Anyone who is capable of using this character very efficiently will be able to know how strong this character is. In terms of aesthetic, I think aesthetic clothing wise his aesthetic is good, but the aesthetic of the gun in the epic term is actually not very favorite of mine, because truth to be told, if it was given some sort of other style such as this one, would be fine. If this barrel were to be a little bit longer and instead of this electricity something else was there, I would say yeah, it is a very good gun. Now in case of this one, instead of giving it this cyberpunk umbrella vibe, normal uh, vibe would have gotten better. Like if it was something like an elegant weapon given to him by his master or something, because he's a butler. That is what I'm saying. Then the gun's aesthetic maybe looked a little bit old, but would have been better instead of this umbrella vibe. Okay, so this is my overall conclusion of this character. So if you like this video of this character, how to use this character in different situations, then please give a like and subscribe and click the bell notification icon to get more of this type of topic on a regular basis. Thank you and see you again next time. Hello.